So greetings folks and welcome to the world of SheepWorld where there are too many creepers here. I swear I've killed like 10 of them at least. And you can see it just became not night because there's still zombies burning. Also, as you can see, this used to be a hill right here, but now the hill is gone. And there's a ton of sandstone too that I'm eventually going to have to get rid of. But yeah, there's going to be stuff over here. It's not going to be a resort, it's going to be like an airport and maybe a shop or two if I'm wanna. But we need some way to canonically get from point A to point B. That's not just Elytra. Like everywhere else has like train systems and airports, and this place is just off in the middle of butt fucking nowhere. So anyways, today we're back in the Wipeout Resort, and my plan for today is to finally finish this thing. And there's only a couple things we need to do. We need to build some bathrooms. We might need to build a kitchen somewhere in here. We need to build a stairwell, and we need to finish the suites upstairs. And we also need to build this place. I also got a bunch of room keys here. Firstly, I'm stuffing warped wood around the edges here because I don't want this place to be completely bland. Because, as you can see here, the walls are pretty bland when they're just freaking sandstone and a ton of it. Also, yeah, I added lights to the hallway because they're pretty dark. It's pretty good lighting the place up. And they're not torches, which is cool, because this isn't supposed to be a freaking medieval area. It's supposed to be like kind of modern, actually. So first, we need to do is say a little prayer. God bless America. No, don't know I hate America. Just God bless us, because there might be mobs spawning here soon. And if it's a creeper, that's gonna be really bad. Second thing we're gonna do is get rid of this nasty ass dirt, because I changed up the door design. Thirdly, we need a good looking door here. That's a good looking door, I'd say. And while we're at it, we might as well add the exact same style of door right here, because we can. And it gives me an excuse to expand the warped wood stuff we have going on. I wonder if just placing no, not like that, but yeah, like this. Would this make sense? Like, it leaves a gap up there, so I mean, not really. Could we cover in trapdoors, maybe? Will that look good? No, it does not fix the problem at all. What if you just ditch the trapdoors and add stairs? And the stair design seems alright. So, just gotta grab this. I'll finish up this area later, but I'm too lazy to right now. And plus, we need to do the dining room. So, if you've ever been to a hotel, you've probably seen the breakfast buffets that are present there. And that's kind of the style I'm trying to go for right here. This Ginormous breakfast buffet. We still need some torches for now because I'm not placing the lights just yet. So firstly, since we still need somewhere to store food, it makes sense because everything else I'm going to put here is just going to be for decoration purposes. We're adding a bunch of barrels. I should extend this by one more so I could fit barrels here without having their sides poke out. Next, we're going to add a little self-served scoopy kind of area place. I'll put a photo up maybe. So yeah, you can just go here, you can scoop a bunch of food, and it's not going to look disgusting because I'm going to put all of this around here. Just give me a second. And to cover it up to make sure it doesn't get filthy, we're going to add even more of this. Just up here like this. That should look good. I just need a couple more of them. By the way, I did design most of these designs in the creative world. Like, I didn't pull out the entire dining room design, but I did plan out the design of the furniture. So those of you who have been to buffets almost certainly seen the little like metal trays that they hold food in. And this is, I made a little design to kind of replicate that look. So firstly, we need a bunch of armor stands that are like standing on. Is this gonna be a pain to place? Hopefully it ain't. Oh shit, this might be a pain to place. I got to destroy this entire back wall just so I can place this. So So that's out of the way. The next step is to put all these skulls onto here. And then now we just have to replace the counter, which can be done very easily by just a piston. Shit, that's not a piston, that's a log. Piston. Oh shit. And then white carpet. Boom. And this is what we get. It's you can use your imagination a little bit, and you can probably decipher what it's supposed to be. Just a little food tray. And it'll become easier and easier to decipher it once I get the item frames out. So I'm just going to quickly do that design to all of these guys. So like I said earlier, we got item frames. Got 4 in total. So first we got some hash browns. We got some generic brown meat. That could be sausage. Pork. This could be a bacon. We got 4th one. Eggs. We need eggs, definitely. And then we can just stash everything in these little thingies right here. We got a singular ball of honey. I got the bee farm running finally. It finally works. So we can start collecting bee stuff. I'm collecting honeycombs right now because I want more orange blocks. Because I like orange. But we can almost certainly get other honey related stuff like honey bottles. So firstly, we got the spruce side tables there. I'm showing you that because I'm going to use spruce for the table designs here. And you guys know why. Actually, I should probably do the windows first because I'm not exactly doing windows like normal. I'm doing sliding doors. Holy shit, this is going to piss me off. So yeah, just a generic sliding door looking ass design that we already copied for all the staterooms up on the upper floors. It's lovely having to switch between those two tools. Place this normal because that's gonna bug me if I don't. And yeah, we got easy access for the buffet people to the outside and vice versa. And eventually, once I'm done with the interior, I'm gonna clean up all the exterior because they're just gonna be a bunch of stone in a dead ass beach with random ass homeless people wandering around. Because that won't be good for business. So now we just need a couple of tables and chairs scattered around here. Just boom boom. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of the boom booms. Boom 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 boom. Boom boom boom. Oh my god, I can't play stuff. Boom boom. Ew! Where did you come from? Get! I can't fight! So yeah, we got a bunch of breakfast tables. I can't add the way I place these. I can't add backboards to this. Shit. Hopefully I'll have to redesign this entire freaking buffet place. Although to be fair, it won't hurt scooching these around a little, would it? No, I can just execute. Just be one lone seat because I'm not getting anything to block the door. And I scooch these forward by one or backwards, whichever way you think is best. That's the way we're scooching them. At this point, might as well just have this up against the wall. Right here, of course, to block the buffet itself as little as possible. And it also makes this room a little more walkable because you have this little place you walk into. You can look around, look for which table you want to get into, and then you can go devour all the free food we have here. I like buffets. I always try to get my freaking money's worth whenever I'm at one. And usually I'm quite successful at it. Jesus. It's my dream one day to be kicked out of a buffet also. And I haven't been to one in a while. Maybe if I eat a... Actually, it's probably not a good idea to try to get kicked out of a buffet right now, because I'm still living with and relying on my parents. Like, if I was alone, that's just my problem to deal with. But if I get myself kicked out of the buffet, I might get the others kicked out too. Oh, right, we have backboards. I like using slabs because they're a bit easier to just sit on normally. I'm pretty sure there's mods out there that let you sit on stairs, but I haven't bothered looking for them. And also, there's a chance that those cannot even be updated anymore. Last step is to just add a bunch of these fences on the roofs, because we're going to be building the lighting around them, just like how we did for the hallways I showed you. So yeah, 2 lines of fences going from the middles of the sliding doors. And does this room have a 1-block center? That would be really convenient if it does. I think it does. It has a 2-block center. 1, 2, 3. So let's see if we go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that lines up, which is good. Wait, this build is still salvageable. And I wonder, does that create 1-block centers for... No, they don't. They do not create 1-block centers in the middle of all these, which is quite inconvenient. But I do believe these things will still have 1-block centers, so if we just place lanterns like this, should end up looking fine. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And of course it's daytime now, so you can't really see the full effect of the lighting, but it still looks pretty good. You know, adds a little bit more to look at the bottom floor, because up to this point we can focus on the top areas because of all the sliding doors that look cool. But now at the bottom floors, there's no sliding doors. Alright, so I have no dark wood doors left, which I used for all the rooms, and I was going to use for the kitchen door. So instead, we're just going to use this nice looking bamboo looking door. When I say bamboo looking, it's really the bamboo door. Now I'm wondering, because I've never done this before, but should I design the kitchen in creative? Because all my kitchens always look kind of lackluster, so I'm wondering if I should do that. Will it look good? I don't know. I'll think about it for a minute. Well, I guess we could try figuring out the stairwell now, because that's going to be nice to finally get a proper stairwell for. Because up until this point, just having to be... Because up until this point, I just have been jumping up each individual block, which is very slow and annoying. So we got 30 blocks of smooth sandstone for now to work with. That is not very good, as you can imagine. I'm just going to use this wall trim design for one floor, because it's the only floor that it applies to. I can just get away with using the normal look for all these upper floors. Wait, I can't be using sandstone here. I need to be using warped planks, because it's the warped plank floor. And it's covered up now, but before we can see it, I still need to cover up the top corner area thingies. I'll show you in a second. Yeah, this is still wide open. You can probably fly through this with little effort. And it also looks like there's a hot spot for zombies, which is absolutely lovely, and is why we should cover it up at the earliest convenience. Might as well do bamboo doors for these floors too, because there's not much reason I can't. I used to use the full doors for the staterooms, because obviously you do not want windows looking to your stateroom. But since these are just public stairwells and outside places, you don't really mind having doors to look out to you. You know, hide and seek would go hard in this building. Having to check through every single one of these rooms, it'd be really fun for the hider to like hide in a random ass bathroom or like one of these little closet areas, because you'd have to enter the room just to find you. I guess if you want to be really fun for a seeker though. And of course, it's almost perfect, but we're missing a single warped block. I will get that warped block if it kills me! I can hear the zombies up there. I should light that place up, because even when that's covered up, there's still gonna be zombies spying there. And I do not want to hear zombies on my upper suites, because that would be bad for business. Especially since the upper suites are the most expensive. Oh, lovely. Creepers have spawned here now. I should have dealt with it earlier when it was just a couple of zombies. Hi, little guy. Hi, dildo looking thing. Cat comment I've seen years ago. Ever since then, I've always seen creepers as kind of dildo-like. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Boom. I wonder how long this video is going to be because I'm talking a lot in it. There's not going to be very many time lapses, which, by the way, are going to be interesting now because I got, what is it? Replay mod. So yeah, time lapse is now going to be a little more interesting. Looky here! Sir, you are trespassing on private property. We ask you to leave kindly, but since you are providing an immediate threat to our patrons' well-being and safety, we are going to have to eliminate you. First, we need to light this place up nice and well, which means covering it in lanterns. And secondly, and finally, we need to finally make all these stairs. I'm just going to start on the ground floor because I can. And there's only 2 flights of stairs in this entire place, which is quite convenient. Although, I will be building Gigantinosaurus things in the future, don't worry. And there'll be plenty of good-looking time-lapses now. Good-looking because we have replay mod. And we can reasonably walk up and down these things, right? Yes. Yes! Yes! Okay, I need railings. I need to stop netting. Alright, it's time to go for one of my world-famous supply trips, and we have a couple things on the menu to pick up. We have to, well, I need to dump some of the stuff away because I don't need it anymore. We got, on my grocery trip, we need to pick up, materials for the bathroom. We need to pick up some plants for decoration. We need to pick up some paintings. We need to pick up, materials for the, kitchen. And that's it. Not the sweets, so I'm going to do the sweets with the light manica thingy again. Because I think that will be a lot easier than just individually placing each sweet. I feel like some people have a problem with, like, not every room being, different. Well, 1, they have different paintings, so that's good enough. And 2, that's kind of how hotels work, because a lot of hotels basically have, like, damn near identical rooms. And 3rd, suck it up, this is my world. I do what I want. Dun 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 dun. Alright, we're going to go supply running. Goodbye. Guys, we're back in SheepWorld. Yippee-ki-yay! Or, well, you guys hardly left SheepWorld. I had to go get supplies, and I had to go eat dinner. And I fucked around my phone for a little. Now I'm back. First order of business. We need to, turn these all into proper walls. Alright, so I basically mapped out the entire design for the bathrooms in creative mode. And it's really brained out levels of simple. So first we got this checkered floor design. It's the only room in this entire place that has anything besides a standard bamboo floor. So first we need the poo-poo places. Yeah, that's basically it. Next we need the sinks, because you guys are nasty. And you guys probably wanked it in here in this hotel. Because of course only my fans are going here. Like, what the f- But seriously, how the fuck did he spawn? So that's where I got 3 oak doors from. Bloody hell, man. Well, at least I could get to go up my new and improved stairwell. Fucking hate creepers, man. Let's just go die in a hole. Mojang contains texture, them, I don't care. They're subhuman trash to me. And numerous other Minecrafters, too. Holy shit. Alright, so we got this shit mostly back to normal. We just need to add a couple more finishing touches to the sinks over here. I should bring a infinite water source over here soon. Because I'm going to need it either way. Because I'm making a gigantic pool area out back. Well, it's not exactly going to be a usual pool, but you'll see what I mean. Maybe next episode. Alright, hold on. I'm just gonna have to snatch some birch over here because I forgot to bring birch trapdoors. Get out of here. You'll also see how I clear all this area out. I know, very efficient. Okay, we got that going for us. We should probably place some lanterns down before some creepy crawlies come and do what that creeper did to us. God damn, we need fences here too, looks like. The creeper might not have blown that up. That might have just been a product of me completely missing that area, but we need fences here. There, it's perfect. Alright, it's probably one of the first bathrooms that I ever finished in SheepWorld. That is not good even remotely. So, I'm gonna do some plant pots next. I said earlier that these places are kind of dead and could use some extra decoration. That's what the plant pots are for. We stashed a bunch of bamboo. I should get more jungle leaves. Whatever. I was gonna stash a bunch of bamboo into these. You might think 64 decorated pots is a little excessive, but I'm doing something to these decorated pots later, so maybe not that excessive. You know, I should have gotten some ferns. Well, I'm gonna see if I can find some wild ferns laying around here somewhere. Alright, I'm back. I have some... That's my mic. I can see my mic from here. Anyways, I have some very leafy looking leaves. I'm gonna show them to you. I mean, look pretty good to me. There's no good place to put them here. Get away! Get away! Master, stop! You made me moan in front of a live audience. No, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. Get the fuck away from me. I'm going to the very tippy top of the tower, where I'm going to nap. And it's going to be very peaceful because none of you are up here. See? And I can watch TV while I nap, even though there's no TV shows in SheepWorld yet. Keyword yet. And I can still hear you guys at the bottom floor. I'm scared to look, but I must, because the show must go on. Hi guys. I don't know why there's so many over here. Holy shit, there's even more. Hopefully once I get the lights up for here, they'll enter here less, because they'll have to spawn farther away from here. My inventory is a mess. I just had 64 of them lying in my inventory. Damn. I guess that's convenient. I just don't know how to notice that. And thankfully this has, yeah, this has a center. That's an odd number, so that's cool. I feel like I can place one more row. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can place one more row. Now make this look even better. It's like a bigger version of the dining room situation. Where it's gonna be bright as fuck in here, which is probably a good thing, because we don't want any monsters spawning here. We also need to put some lights here. I've completely forgot about that. Let me just do that real quickly. What the fuck me? How do you keep spawning? Where do you keep coming from? I swear, creepers should not be this big of an issue. Like, holy shit, man. So despite the fact that I was rudely interrupted, we can finally continue. I need to stash some of this materials away. I don't even need half of it right now. Oh shit, I forgot to place, oh no, I haven't even done the kitchen yet. Shit. Guess that'll be the last thing we do, because I'm not doing the sweets, so I'll do it off camera. So, this is the Wipeout Resort. So, we're gonna make a giant W. I should place a W on a sign, just for reference. Do they have any signs left? I probably have some stashed somewhere. Alright, so it's basically opposite of what I was trying to do. So, we go here, 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 here. I think we go upwards by 6. Yeah, it seems reasonable. And we surround the entire thing in normal blue wool. Here we have a nice W right there. W's in the chat if you think that is a W. Next up, forgot to do a front desk. Let's do a spruce. That seems reasonable. This place could probably use... No, it doesn't need a basement because we're going to have cleaning closets up there. That will serve the purpose as, like, towel storage and stuff. You know, we don't really need a lot for the reception desks, do we? We just need, like, some sort of register now, which we can just very easily grab right here, since we have a stone cutter on us at all times. Alright, we're just going to stuff a couple of random ass paintings in here, because these walls are slightly empty. It's probably going to be like one of the most decorated rooms in the entire building. Alright, so the main lobby is pretty much done. Why is there no fences there? That is weird. That is very, very weird. It must have been the creeper. So the last thing we're doing is the kitchen. It's a very simple design, so it's going to be where big ass fridge is going to be. I was originally going to have 6 stoves, but 3 is going to have to suffice because this place ain't big enough for that. And of course, 3 of these as the stovetop. Got some sinks. Those sinks gotta have some faucets. We need the cutting board right here. And finally, nope, that's not it. Finally, we have the fridge. It's gonna be a big fridge. It's gonna be a good-looking fridge too. We just need to get some doors up in here. Alright, that is all I can reasonably put in here, and that's all it really needs to be put in here to begin with. Because that is pretty much all the stuff that I want to do today. Next video, I'll be working on the exterior. I'm going to do some final touches in here and finish up the suites, maybe the other rooms too. But yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.